Oh, all right. So those are the rules. We've got our character, we've got our quest hub. So we roll up into town, whatever town it is, and we find out that there's adventurers. Go to the manor house; they'll take care of you. We go to the manor house, knock on the door, and we wonder what is going on. The butler answers the door and says, "Oh, the wise woman has been captured, and so if you want quests, there's one for you right there." I'm going to ask questions, and they say, "Oh, it was clearly skeletons and the Necro Lord." And so you're going to have to go and get the wise woman back from the tomb of the Necro Lord, and it's up on Cemetery Hill or whatever, and so now let's go into this actual tomb of the Necro Lord. Tomb of the Necro Lord is your typical dungeon scenario for Micro Chapbook RPG. In it, you will find all the tables you need to run through your first dungeon. The story thus far. Recently, there's been a rash of bizarre killings in the local village where you've been staying at the inn. The burgomaster seems totally swamped by these macabre slayings. There are always body parts missing. On top of that, the local graveyard has been disturbed and bodies stolen. Rumor has it that a villainous Necro Lord has taken up residence in one of the tombs. Can you find him and kill him? And in addition to that, we have heard from we were sent to the manor to talk to the wise woman and found out that she'd been kidnapped. And so everybody is freaked the freak out. So these are the tables that we're going to roll. So we're going to generate our room and we're going to roll 2d6. So we got 7. So we've got a room with 7 hexes, and you cannot see that at all, can you? Okay, so we're gonna actually let's draw it. Okay. Now we're gonna roll a 1d3, and so it's got 2 doors, but this is the entrance exit. And let's say we've got 1 door here, and then we've got 1 door here. Okay, and so now let's go back to our PDF and let's find out what kind of room type this is. And this is whetstone. Okay, so let us. Why don't we go to this? Why don't we go to this door in the north? Right here, and we'll see what kind of what kind of door that is. So we're gonna do a door check, and it's 1. It is trapped. Oh God! So we're gonna have to do a wit check. And we're going to have to get a 1. We have to roll 1 on the 1d6 in order to not take damage. Are you ready? Okay, we're going to totally take damage now. So that's a 3. We definitely take damage, and we're going to roll health damage. So we've got rounded up is a 1. So we're going to take 1 health damage, and that takes us to 25. And then we roll what kind of room. Actually, we're going to roll 2d6 and find out what size room this is. So that's 6. So let's just go ahead and make this match that. And then we're going to roll 1d6 for the number of doors. So 4. So 2 doors. Is it 2 doors including the 1? In addition to any door you just used. Okay, so we're going to shade this in because we just went through this door. And there's 2 more doors. So let's go ahead and put a door here and a door here. So what kind of room is this? I guess I don't really... Well, yeah. So let's put a 6 in there anyway, just so we know. So what kind of room is this? This is Crumbling Crypts. The crypts are fragile and falling apart. Getting hit by a stone would be dangerous. Make a wits roll or take 1d3 damage. Oh no, okay, so we got to do a wits roll. We've only got one. So we fail that and we take 1d3 damage. So that is going to be 2. So that takes us down to 23. And now, because this is not the entrance room, we're going to have to roll on our monster chart. So let's go to our PDF. So we rolled Crumbling Crypts on here. The crypts are fragile and falling apart. Getting hit by a stone could be dangerous. It was number 4. Make a wits roll or take 1d3 damage. And then we're going to roll on our monster chart and see what sort of monster is in here. Okay, this is a Necro. We rolled the Necro Lord, but it can't appear here. And I haven't met any the other creatures more than once. So we're going to roll again. And that's going to be 5. Sutured Beast. And so the max 1. So I guess we don't really even need to roll for how many appear. Okay, so H damage is 1d6 plus 2. W damage is 1d6. And life force is 15. Oh, man. This is going to kill us. Okay, so now what we do, I'm gonna write this down. Okay, so now let's skip back to our combat procedure, right? Okay, the instant you run into any monsters, combat begins. Combat is simple 3 steps, so bravery. So we need to check how brave we are. So we're going to do a charisma check, and I've only got 1, so we're going to roll on that, and we got a 6, so we failed that, and that means we take 1d6 as 6, so we take 6 will damage. That takes us down to 16. Oh, no. And then we're going to do ranged combat. The room is big enough that we can, it's 6, so we can do a ranged attack. So we're going to do a ranged attack with dexterity. And we're proficient, so we're going to roll 2 dice. And we need to beat a 4. And we got a 6. No. We need to... Sorry, it's down. So we actually need a 2. A 1 would automatically succeed it. A 2 succeeds. 4 or below. So we're going to toss the 6 out and do that. So we're going to do our damage of 1d3 is 1. This is going to take... Oh, man. So we've done 1 damage so far. Now, we must do a melee attack. So we're going to do a strength check. We're not proficient. And so we're going to roll strength. It was a 1. So we actually succeeded on that. So we hit with the short sword, which is a 1d3. So that's actually going to be 3. Wow, we did better with our short sword. So we did 4 total damage so far. After all steps of combat, you can elect to run away. We're not going to run away yet, right? So that's the next step. Okay, so then we go back up to the top. We're going to do a bravery check. So we're going to roll against our charisma. And we fail. So we do 1d6 damage. Oh, man. 5. So we're down to 11 will. The cats are going crazy. So we're at 11 will. Now we're going to do our ranged combat, and we're proficient, so we're going to actually roll 2 dice and try to get 4 or below. And we did. We got a 3. So we're going to do 1d3 damage. So we did only 1 damage again. And then we're going to have to do a melee attack with our short sword. So we're going to roll 1 die and see if we do that. And that's a 5, so we fail. So then we go to running away. We're not going to run away. We're going to go ahead and go back up to bravery. So we'll do a charisma check. And we fail. So we take 1d6 will damage, a 1. So we're down to 10 will. And then we're going to do ranged. So 2d6. And we fail. Okay, so I can't remember actually. I'm gonna skip back. So ranged combat, if you fail, you don't take damage. But if you fail melee combat, you take damage. And so I think I screwed up. I think I failed with my short sword 1 time. But anyhow, so we're gonna start doing that correctly. If I did it incorrectly before now, sorry. But we're going to do it correctly now. So we're going to do a melee attack and roll against our strength. So we need 2. And we rolled a 6, so we failed. So I rolled a 6 on that, so we failed. And that means that we're going to actually do the sutured beast is going to do 1d6 plus 2 damage to us. So that's 6 damage. That takes us to 17 health. Oh my god. Okay, and now we're going to go back up to bravery. So we're going to do a charisma check. And we failed, so we're going to do a 1d6 against our will, and that's 4. So we're down to 6 will. So then we're going to go from bravery to ranged combat. And we're proficient, so we're going to roll 2. And so we made it with that, and that means we're going to roll a 1d3. And that's 3 damage. So Sutured Beast is currently at 18. Yeah, we're gonna have to drink our ale pretty soon. It's only 1d3 though. I mean, I might as well drink it now, right? Well, let's go to melee. So we're gonna roll melee, which is 1 die. So as a solo player, here's the thing that I'm realizing is that if you only take damage on your melee attack, you really want to win your melee attack. So being a human fighter is probably the best thing to do if you're a solo player. So I may have miscalculated on that. But we'll go with it. Next time we're probably going to be a human fighter. Okay, so we're going to do a melee attack. We're going to roll 1 die and try and get that. And that is a fail. So that means we take damage. So we're going to do 1d6 plus 2 against us. 6, 7, 8. So we're down to 9 health. Oh boy. Let's roll health and will. We're gonna eat our bread and drink our ale right now. And so that's plus 2 each. So that's 8 and 11. 11 health and 8 will. And then, so we've used our bread and our ale. And let's go back up to bravery. So let's roll against charisma. 4, so we failed. So we're going to take a 1d6 against our will, which is only 1, so we're down to 7. And then we're going to do a ranged attack. Succeeds on a 2, and then we're going to roll damage. 1d3 is 2. So our sutured beast is currently at 10. Now we're going to go to melee combat, and we're going to roll 1 die and try and beat a 2. And we fail, so we take 1d6 plus 2. Oh my god, so we take another 8. So we're down to 3 health. We've got to run. We've got to try to run. Okay, so we're down to 3 health. We're gonna try to run. So after all steps of combat, you can elect to run away by making a charisma check. If you fail, one monster in the room deals damage and another round of combat begins. Oh my god. So we're gonna try and run away. We're gonna try and roll a 1. You know what? That's insane. There's no. We're not gonna run away because we can't win it. And we're going to take damage. We're going to go one more. We're going to go one more round and hope that we get 5 damage against this sutured beast before it kills us. It's not going to happen, but we're going to try. So we're going to go up to the top. We're going to do a charisma check. And we fail that. And so we take 1d6 will. So that's 5 will. We're down to 2 will. And then, so we're going to do ranged attack. We succeed a ranged attack on 2, so we're going to do a 1d3 damage and hope for 3. And it rolled a 6, so that was actually 3. So the sutured beast is at 13. So close. Oh man, we've got to hit, and we've got to do 2 damage in order to beat this guy. So we're gonna then go to melee, and we're gonna roll 1d6 against a target of 2. Come on, low numbers, no whammies. And it's a 5, so we failed. So now the monster is gonna hit for 1d6 plus 2. We're dead. A 1, which means we go to 0. That is exactly, so 1 plus 2 is exactly our health. So we're now at 0 health. And if our health reaches 0, you die. So we just died. So that's it. That was our Ranger Halfling attempting to attack the Necro Lord. Yeah, that's it. So we've got a body on the floor now. The body's hit the floor. And that's going to be our first attempt. I think the next one we have to have a strength-based fighter as a solo player. It's going to be a human fighter, and we're going to try again. Because you've got to win the melee. The only time you take actual physical damage, like high charisma, high strength. Yeah, okay. So that was fast and quick. Definitely an interesting and a grim, dark, dangerous dungeon indeed. That's what this is. I think we're going to try and rescue that lady, the wise woman, one more time with a human fighter and see how well we do. So look forward to doing that next time. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you later. Bye.